my cord.
Welcome, everybody.
And we're back.
We are ready for the hot seat match in the open division.
Looks like Paul
An
got the break.
all-Canadian affair here. Paul Potier and Stan Tourangeau. Yep. Paul will have the first break in this race to 9.
Oh,
Man, he crushed that.
that's the first time he's broken dry in a while.
Squatted that cue ball. But, yep, no love.
See, that 2 ball is trying to make me look bad.
Well, you said it, Jim.
I
It was
know,
still
right?
moving just a little bit. I was like, oh, come on, fall.
It was trying.
But, all right, so Stan comes to the table with a great opportunity, a wide open.
Yank it on back.
Watched a couple of his matches, and he's been playing really solid, which he kind of just does all the time.
He does all the time, yeah. Stan's pretty consistent.
Hence the 723 Fargo rating.
Right. Look at that.
Stan is one of those players, I don't care what level you play at in the world, he's not an easy draw. He's not somebody you go, oh, cool, I got Stan.
Yeah, no kidding. And Stan's a really nice guy.
He's a super nice guy.
Pretty much all the time. I've seen him, lose and not be feeling like being chatty, but
I like to say he's a super nice guy, but on a table he's a stone cold assassin.
he's a murderer. Whoop. Okay, good. He almost got in trouble with that 8-ball there.
Yeah, he's fine.
And you yank it on back. Get around the 9.
He avoided that 9 nicely.
Yeah, he bumped the 8 on the way by doing the same thing. This time he's a little better off.
I don't think he's really trying to get that close to them, but
no.
He'll just draw back.
He might be playing his own little game in his head. Let's see if I can bump this on the way by.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No?
Not in a hot seat match.
I didn't think so either. Yeah, ooh, it bobbled a little bit.
Yeah, that one kind of wiped its nose on the way in.
We're just going to keep coming up with things, aren't we? I like it. It's the bad boys style.
Oops, stay away from that 9. Okay, he's fine. If you're going to run into it,
That's
do it like that.
That's
Solid,
a good way to do it, yeah.
I'll just roll this in, come back out. This is the kind of start Stan wanted in this match. A pretty routine run out off of Paul's break.
Yeah, he might be a pool player.
Play Matt, table 22. Play Matt, table 22.
I was walking through the casino yesterday, and I had the Bad Boys Fargo rate shirt on.
Yeah.
And a couple guys stopped me. Hey, turn around. I want my buddy to see your shirt. And so he read it. He goes, yep, I'm a pool player.
Yep.
A couple of other guys go, yep, me too.
If your Fargo is better than your credit score, you might be a pool player.
I'll never forget the day your dad texted that to me when he kind of had the idea.
Yeah.
And I immediately went and checked my credit rating.
Oh, goodness.
Oh.
You're just handing me papers now? That's cool.
Do a little housekeeping.
Well, it came up dry, too.
Yeah, this this table's decided to break tough, I guess.
Turnaround from the last match. They were breaking pretty good. Consistently getting the wing ball.
It's a little bit of a tricky
Yeah, that two's a little
start
tricky
to
get
this.
on.
Yeah, he's got a long cut on the 1, and it's kind of got tricky position. I got a feeling he may play safe here, and he is. Well, I think it leaked out,
that is
though.
the window right there.
Yep, he's put it right in the window, and he's kind of dropped his head a little bit, like, oh, what did I do that for?
Well, and I'm
He
pretty
didn't-
sure that two
He didn't
goes
give
by.
that safety quite the care he would have had he been playing the ball with position. I think he really committed. Were you going to get the cue ball behind the 6 or the 1 ball behind the 5? And he just didn't do either.
Well, Stan's definitely debating with himself where exactly he wants that cue ball. And if that
Yeah,
two
I believe
goes,
this. He's got the 1 in the side, but he's got to get like that cue ball right between the 8 and the 3. And I believe
it looks
the
like
2
it goes.
goes, but man, it's tough to tell. I'm even looking out on the table and I can't really tell, so it may not go if they're.
Kind of looks, well, we'll see what he does. Oof.
Okay, I'm thinking
Oh,
it
oh.
didn't go. It didn't go because yeah, it looked like he was trying to bank that 1 and go into him.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying
So
to. That's not a terrible place to leave it.
okay, so Paul's just making sure Stan knows that it's not froze.
Down below was 501, right, for tax. 901 for USD. Maybe that's that.
And Paul plays safe, puts cue ball up table. I think Stan's got the 1-4 combination. It looks like it's on. Thank you, Stan. That kind of gets that cue out of our
For now.
frame for now.
So, oh.
He tried to throw it in and actually threw it a little bit too much. But once again, he hasn't left a whole lot. It makes you wonder how many times these guys have played over their careers.
Oh, well, they're both from the same area, so.
Yeah.
And they're both top players in that area. I'm sure they play a lot.
It's like, be nice to have the record,
Right, to know how often.
But I bet neither one of them even could tell you it.
Well, and I'm sure they know each other's game very well.
Oh, yeah.
There's that, oof. I was going to say, there's that vacuum pocket again.
Well, that was those balls laid tough, and Paul's not happy with the result because Stan now comes to the table and everything is kind of opened up.
Come on by there.
Comes up,
Come
a
on
little
by there.
short. He's a little short. Word is that Stan has a pretty good team coming in tomorrow, too.
Oh, yeah.
Couple of unknown players from the Edmonton area is what somebody was
Oh,
saying.
yeah, that could be scary. I've
We were-
definitely seen him
We
on
were
some
talking
scary
about,
teams.
anytime you got a $10,000 at a team event, you're going to have some guys try to stack a team. And
Well, and yeah, when you bring in unknowns.
yeah, And I said it's not the top players that are the stack. It's the two lower rated players.
Well, and I'll be doing data entry at some point here to start getting those in. I bet you I'm going to see a lot of them that we have no data on.
Right. Yeah.
I would bet on it. But the nice thing is, we'll have data on you after that.
That's right.
Well, if you'd move out of the way, I could tell you. It looks like
He's doing fine.
he's doing just fine.
He's not ideal on the 5, but he's had several tough cuts in this game.
Oh,
Whoops, he overcut that, and he's going to let Paul come to the table. With a nice 4-ball out.
We're all in this together, baby. We're all American. It's Michigan.
well, you could get yourself in trouble from a 6 to 7, but I don't expect him to.
Yeah, he just needs to get below that 9, back to where his hand was. Well, boy,
Oof, he got
he was
there.
dangerously close to the side, and then that made it dangerously close to the corner. He doesn't seem, in the last match when he got up on Kevin Ross, he seemed to really get comfortable. Now he's a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, it makes it 1-1, so, and I believe Paul's got the break. Yep, Paul will be breaking. So now's his opportunity to get ahead.
Yep, we're on serve. He's not real happy with how he got out there, but he got out and tied up the score, and so that'll loosen his arm up a little bit.
That's an awesome.
We'll watch them rack for a little while. Paul's going to walk over and take a look, see if he likes it.
Yep, I think that's anytime your opponent's racking for you, I think it's a good idea to just walk down there, make sure everything looks good.
Wing ball in the corner. Oh,
Kenny called the 4, but it didn't go.
didn't go that time. That's 2 times in a row he's broken dry. The last match, I think he made it every single time he broke.
Yeah. He's not hitting it quite the same.
It's so easy with the break, too. To
Well,
be hitting it good one minute and the next.
Stan's got a nice shot at the 1. I'm not sure if the 2 passes the 9. If it doesn't, I doubt that he would shoot this combo, but he might.
Well, just going to go the other way with that 2 ball.
We just need one more player to get this next 9 ball to be underway. Just one more player.
Just got to jack up on it a bit so you can scoot that cue ball back for the 3. Well, he just needs to get in that window for the 4. That's a pretty
Yeah.
small looking window right there. though.
If he gets all the way over on the left-hand side, I think he
And
should
there
be
it
okay.
is. Stay shallow to the rail. Yeah, he's going over and looking at it again. Yeah, he's got enough space to get by there, I think. Oof,
Wow, nicely
just
done.
barely got by there.
He was kind of like rooting for it as it went by. Did he go far enough to get on the 5? Close.
Yeah, he's getting right down. I don't see much stuff.
Yep, he must have plenty of room.
And nicely done. Well, he should be out from here. He had to work for it a little bit, but
That's nicely done. And he just rolls that forward for the 8 in the side. He'll roll forward for the 9 in the corner.
all right. Stan puts another one away, making it 2-1.
2-1. Race to 9.
Uh, okay. Well, the room's thinning out a little bit. There's still a lot of bodies in here. We're definitely getting closer down. I'll have teams coming in tomorrow at 1 o'clock, I think is the plan.
Yeah, I think they said players meeting at 1 o'clock, so matches will probably start at 1:30. We also have
9 drops on the break.
oh, Stan made the 9 on the
Stan
break.
Puts another one away. Well, that was a quick game.
Our commentating was spot on in that game.
Yeah.
We didn't have one missed call.
I should have just called the 9 on the break. That would have been epic.
Yeah, but then you'd have to call which pocket it's going in.
Oh, I know. Honestly, I suspect that most people have just muted us. The chat has literally said nothing.
I was gonna say you finally got the chat under control over there, Ken.
Finally got him behaving. It's about time.
It's early, see then.
Well,
The liquor isn't really flowing yet. That's when the chat gets lively. It was late in the evening.
They get out of control. All right. 4 in the other corner.
Uh-oh,
Nope.
look at this. Look at this.
And
Paul
he
says,
returns with a 9
Paul
on the
says,
break.
look, if you can do it, so can I. Yeah, this
Well, I mean,
is not the kind of 9-ball I enjoy, but
they can keep doing that, but Stan's kind of got a head start.
These 9 balls are going straight in the bottom corners.
Alright, walk down, take a look, figure out which pocket you want that 9 ball in.
Yep, he's looking at the back of the rack to see if there's a gap anywhere down there.
I think it's fairly unlikely that we're going to see that consistently.
Well, it would, if for some reason the table isn't racking quite a bit. They both seem to be happy with this rack. I'd be surprised to see the 9 will go flying this time.
Holy. Well, you know, if there's
Wow.
no balls on the table, then come on, get out of the way, 8 ball.
Hey, he's fine. He's got the 2-8.
I know, but
Laying pretty
you'd
good.
like to be straight
The
in
9
on-
moved a little bit, but not towards the pocket. It was.
No, I actually would like to go back and look because I'm not sure if the 9 went. I think it got kicked immediately. I don't know if I think it was sitting pretty. I'll have to look at it again later.
You know, this rack, that 3
That's
ball
that
is
3 ball's,
in a
yeah, not
brutal
great.
float. That is like the worst place on a table a ball can be. And Stan is looking at it like, oh man.
Well, and it sucks because he
I
can't
make
go.
3 balls on the break, and
Yeah.
the 3 doesn't go.
And he can't go straight to the 3. He's got to play his
So
combo
he may
first.
play safe here. We'll see. Looks like he's
I
playing
think
the,
he's queued up to make it.
and he did.
All right, now you got to get into.
I think he'll play this 2 and draw back up above the 3 and probably try to play it all the way down the rail.
Yeah,
That's-
I think that's your best bet is to get, and the closer you can get on that rail, probably the better at this point. I mean, not perfectly straight, but you want to be pretty good down there. Whoa,
he's
hello.
fine. He drew the top rail and over.
I thought he was gonna go the other way to
Easier
get
to
there.
control.
That was a nice stroke. Just suck it on back.
And he's got ideal position. I mean, if you had
Perfect.
ball in hand, this is pretty close to where you just needs to make sure he gets by the side pocket.
And he does.
It was well done.
Nice. This is a beautiful run out. I mean, yeah, he dropped most of the balls off the break, but he still had to work for this one. It looks
Yeah, he-
nice when you do it
Need
this way.
3 on the break, but it was not an easy
No.
rack to get out, and he's handled it absolutely
You
like
could-
a
yeah.
pro.
You couldn't have handled it better.
Now let's make sure he makes these last 2 since we've already patted him on the back. And
I think we're safe from the jinx at the moment. The commentator curse. Yeah, we're good. Just make sure. Okay, good.
all right, so it's 4-2. Stan Tourangeau leads in this race to 9.
And Paul's break.
Paul's break. Well, he struggled a little on his first couple of breaks, but the last one, the 9 ball found a pocket. So
Yeah. Either you want to keep making that 9 ball find a pocket, or you want to find that happy middle ground. I think you just.
I'm
use-
assuming after this match we'll have probably some losers bracket action, or
I believe we're gonna have the tier 2, and then I think we have one women's match that is for the hot seat.
oh yeah, we'll have. Is the tier 2 hot seat match played yet? Or?
I think that might be the next one we get
Okay.
here, and then I think it's the
then
women's,
the
hot
women's
seat
hot
match,
seat.
and then I think we close out the night with. I think there's one more loser side from the open division that we play because.
Well, actually, don't we have? We have a final tonight, don't we? Like
that might be actually it might be the
9
tier 2 final. that
9
I'm
o'clock.
thinking
I
of.
think we have the tier 2 final.
Well, I have this button right here that'll tell me.
Kenny's on his laptop, looking around.
Okay, what is this? Is the what is this 3 o'clock match? Or
Now, this is the 4:30 match.
4:30.
Although
So
it's about 20 after 5 right now.
so the next match will be open singles. Matt Horner's sitting out there. It's the loser side, and we're waiting for someone to drop in. Then at 7:30, we're gonna have the women's third place. I think actually is what that is. Oh no, that's not. That is. It's women's 5th, 6th match.
Has the
I think there's nothing else to put there at the moment.
oh, I was gonna say,
is
has the
why.
hot seat match played in that? Or?
I'll look in a second. And then 9 o'clock, it's going to be the Tier 2 finals.
Okay. I was pretty sure we had one final today and then 2 in the morning.
Let me.
Well, they're having trouble getting. Stan's having trouble getting the. He wants the cue ball. He wants to tap it.
It looks like.
But Paul doesn't really. Yeah, they're going to try to keep that 9 ball from going. Lightly tapping that 7 to.
Why do we not have that match scheduled, though? Well,
Well, he tapped it into place and then he moved the balls, so.
I feel like this. We need to move this match right here, this next one. We want this is the hot seat women's match.
I would
So
think.
it'll be the 6 o'clock match. I think I'm going to go ahead and
Yeah, I
make
would.
sure we get that.
I would think you'd want to.
Oh, wait, it is set to table 1. What? I just opened it. Yeah, it is set to table 1, so why is this showing me all the wrong things? Well, you know. There we go. Okay, so, yep, 6 o'clock, women's hot seat match. Then at 7:30, we kind of have a random. And then 9 o'clock will be the finals. The struggle over here is real, trying to figure out what I'm doing. Don't go in. Oh, that 9 was trying. Here, would you like instant replay? They're breaking
saw
them.
that.
They're breaking them really good now.
Well, they're trying to keep that 9 ball from going to the corner, but.
Now, I'm gonna watch my little replay and see. No, the 9 ball really does take off right from the
Yeah,
get-go.
Stan was trying to. They're having trouble getting the balls to.
Well, you know, it'd solve this problem. A magic rack.
Yep, I wish they were using it.
And it kicks the 2 back here and hides up under the gate.
I don't know. Not everybody's a fan of the magic rack. So.
Oh, I know. I can understand. Well, I believe he might go 2 rails at this.
I just had one of our referees texting me asking me how come we weren't using the magic rack.
The irony is strong, or the coincidence, or I don't know. I don't know which choice of words you'd like there.
Yeah.
I was looking at 1 rail.
Got an earthquake.
Yeah.
Or, as Donner said last night, it's, in this area it's probably more like a volcano.
Oh, that's a lovely thought. Well, if you can hit this, yeah, it's still dangerous to. I'm trying to think, like, if you want to hit it a little extra juice and try to get the cue ball up higher, or do you want to try to just get the 2 ball down by the 4 and the cue ball down by the other side, or do you just go to hit it? You know, if you're me, I'm just praying. Nope, caught the 3 first.
Oops. So this is going to turn out nice for Paul. He's going to have a nice connect the dots 4-ball out here. Excuse me.
And tappy tappy.
Yep.
And someone.
Need to put some like caution tape around that or something.
Yeah.
Keep people from leaning on it. Amazing how sensitive it is. All right. So Paul cuts into the lead. Draws to within 4-3.
You want to let him know that every time he even touches it, it's moving on camera.
Yeah. Steven, you touch this, it's shaking the camera.
Hopefully that'll
Oh, yeah.
fix it for now.
Yeah.
He didn't know.
No,
Well,
he
if he was
hadn't
barely
noticed.
touching it, it's
He
just so sensitive because they're so high up.
Right.
It's all good.
Trying to get him into the booth, but he was going to actually sit here with me in this match, but he got into a mini tournament, so.
Oh, Lord. One of those minis will get you every time. Oh, yeah. If someone would just hurry up and knock him out of the mini.
Yeah, probably. He plays pretty good, you know.
Yeah, he's kind of sporty.
Those English guys, they've played pool a time or two.
Makes you wonder how many of they start off with snooker and then end up like.
I don't
'Cause
think
it's
it's as
huge
common.
there.
It's not as common now. It used to be
Yeah,
that
it
was
used to
kind of
be the only
everybody.
thing, right? Yeah.
But you look at guys like Darren Appleton and stuff. He got his start playing English 8-ball. So it's not quite as common. I don't think Neil Fine really ever played snooker, or doesn't have that background.
It's interesting having two very similar but at the same time vastly different games played, and the cultural.
Well, Stan
That's
crushed the break,
looking
and
like that'll work out.
yeah, I think he's going to be pretty happy. He's got the 2 in the side. Looks like his cue ball's headed down between the 6 and the 9, so he'll just need to make sure he avoids hitting anything down there to come back up for the 3. Yep, he bumped that 6, which, okay, he's got a shot, but now the 4's ugly.
Yeah, and that combo's
He
at
just
a
he
wacky
needed to
angle.
get in there without running into anything. Everything went.
It's funny because when he queued up on it first, I thought he was going to just try to yank it all the way. By the way, I'm pretty sure you just muted me and not you. I'm pretty sure I'm mic 1 at the moment.
Oh, do we have these turned around?
Hate
that. We need to actually put a little sticky thing, which one is one and which
Well,
headset is which.
I mean, I could unplug them and swap them. Somehow you guys got it. I had them set up right, where the far one was 2, close one was 1. But
That's the way I've been doing it. But you get different people back here, and
people are out of control. They're just switching where stuff's
when
sitting.
everybody left last night, your dad left, and so I had mic 2 turned off, and I'm sitting here, and they said, "Man, it sounds like you're commentating from across the room," because I had mine turned off, and I was.
That's hysterical.
His microphone was laying here on the table, just barely picking me up.
I'll tell you what, these mics can be so sensitive. If I turned it all the way up, I'm sure you could hear conversations on the other side of the room. It's amazing. All right, looks like he's gonna. Yeah, he's looking at making it. That's a weird angle to be, because it's like on the rail and you're kind of back cutting it into that 6 and. So here's a question for you, Brett. As you play better than me, this shot I might be inclined to hit it hard and try to kind of compress the rail just a tiny bit, so you cut that for like a little farther.
Be tempted to take a flyer.
Yeah.
I might here too.
Nicely done,
he-
but come
yeah,
on, give him some.
It was
give him
nicely
something.
done. Yeah, he didn't get a lot of love. Here I like ducking. I'd put the 4 on the side rail, just thin it with the cue ball and bring the cue ball back to the bottom rail behind the 9, about where he was
Yep.
putting his cue. I think that's what he's going to do. I mean, yeah, you could bank it, but if you miss it, you sell out. Here,
Yeah, and that's a tough shot. Now you're leaving.
I call this kind of keeping Paul on a leash. He's not really he doesn't have a lot of freedom right here. He's going to have to probably kick up table. He's looking to see if he can go by the 9, but
Well, the thing that sucks is kicking. If you
he's-
make it at pocket speed, you're going to leave that cue ball in an ugly spot. So you want to kind of
yeah,
drill it
Well-
most of the time
maybe he can go rail first and nip this 4.
and put them right back in the same prison. Oh,
Okay, you got a hit, and look at this.
that. Look at that. That's
You got a little love on that one, which we've seen plenty of bad rolls, so
yeah.
these players deserve a roll like that once
He
in a while.
probably had that one coming. He probably had a couple of bad ones saved up, cashed them in for a good one. Wouldn't it be kind of nice if there was like an actual system that you could do, where you could actually cash in your bad
I always
rolls?
tell people, look, the day the rolls are dead even is the day you die. So I'm probably immortal at this point.
He's got a whole slew of them. Like a little banking system, where you get 10 bad rolls and you're okay. I can cash it in for one really good roll. This ain't a deal with karma, right?
Oh, so you want to be able to pick when you get the rolls?
Hell yeah! Wouldn't that be interesting?
Pool gods aren't going to go for that, Kenny.
No. It would be interesting if you could pick when you got the good ones.
It's not very dramatic if you get a bad roll when you're up 10-0.
Yeah, but you save a couple of those up. Well, Stan's not happy with that. He made a good hit. Just
Well, he didn't give up ball in hand. I mean,
that was an ugly spot to have to get to. Well, it's just a matter of making them and going back and forth a little bit.
yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh. And
Ooh.
he almost scraped. He hit the point of the side pocket. He was a little far away, and I think he shot that a little quick.
Yep.
We've watched him take a lot longer look on balls that were not near that tough. Even the top players sometimes.
Whoa, slow down.
I think he's okay.
I'm sure he is, but I'm just.
He's perfect.
Sometimes
perfect.
it keeps going on him.
Okay, I keep looking out across the room, and the third table over in the next row is a guy in a yellow shirt.
Oh, that's yeah, I know his name. It's whatever. I'll think of it in a minute.
Who does he look like when you just first glance up and see him over there?
First glance, crap.
Looks like Dennis Arcolo to me.
Yeah, that's what I was
Every
thinking.
time I look up, it's like, oh, Dennis Arcolo's over there. No, he's not.
Yeah, just a tiny bit. Yeah, he's about the right height too.
Well, Stan takes advantage of Paul's mistake, and now we've got a 5-3 lead instead of a 4-4 tie.
You see him get down there. He's making sure that rack's as straight as possible too. He backed up and looked.
Well,
at the
they're
points.
really, really trying to.
Well,
So you said our final tonight is the tier 2, right?
yes, should be. I can hear them over there talking about possibly moving some matches around because one part of the bracket got backed up a little bit.
Yeah.
So that as it stands, we should have that one pretty safely. It might be that women's
Well,
hot seat.
we want to stream as many of the finals as we can, and a lot of it depends on does a final double dip or not. That's a
Yeah.
scheduling nightmare sometimes. We could get them all if they don't double dip.
Yeah. How often does that happen?
Yeah, it's amazing how often. Well, because the person that's coming from the one loss side has been playing.
Yeah, they're normally
and
playing
the person
good
that
to make
wins
it.
the hot seat a lot of times has been sitting, and so it takes a set for them to get back into what I'd call warrior mode.
Well, and you make it from the B side. Generally, it's someone who's gone to the B side a couple rounds earlier, and they're just you're in stroke by then.
Right.
You're just playing, and yeah. You almost always see a double dip. You don't always see the loser side come back and win the whole thing, but it happens pretty regularly. It's almost always double dips, though. When we load out tournaments, we always expect it to. Yeah, no point in getting ahead of ourselves, getting ready to get out. We might as well just take a nap. What you doing?
Oh, I was looking for the match calendar.
You want me to? You got it. I could have made it easier for you. Well, if he cuts this 2 in, he's got to make sure he gets around that 4.
So the open is what color?
Red.
Red.
Or no, the open is the blue. We don't get to the finals tonight. Red is the tier 2.
Okay, so we do have a 10:30 round in the open.
I think that's the second half of the double dip, I believe. Oh, heck.
Oh, no, you said it.
Yeah, that's the second half of the double dip.
Okay, that's the tier 2, right?
Tier 2.
I'm looking at the open. That's in the blue.
That's the blue.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I know what I'm talking about.
right.
I know what I'm doing.
All right, Stan's got a pretty good layout here. He is going to have to go up and down the table from the 6 to the 7, from the 8 to the 9. But we'll see how he handles that.
Oh, nice thing. I think they're laying so that. Yeah, you should be able to come. Oh, I can't reach the telescope from here. Off the rail and back across, and then basically the same thing going the other way. So you're not going just straight up and down the table. You can kind of use 2 rails and give yourself a
Right.
little more room to work with. Just like that.
Well, he's got a little bit of a shallow angle here.
Yeah.
Got his hand on his hip. He's not totally happy. Think he'll still be okay, though.
Yeah, chalked up good. And he's going to suck it back real good here.
Yeah, he's going to try to spin it.
Ooh, just like it's on a
Stay out of the
string.
side.
Come
Stay out of
on.
that side. Yeah.
Oh, I think it was almost really beautiful.
Well, that was all because he got a little too straight on that ball. If he had a little more angle. Now Paul will have perfect position on this 8 to get down to for the 9 because he's got ball in hand.
Yeah, you know how many times I have ball in hand and
You leave yourself.
I leave myself awful position. I do it all the time.
Oh.
I thought it was a good idea and I just didn't think it through.
I've seen players, you know, it's like they need an angle and they set it down with ball in hand straight in. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I've
All
certainly
right,
done it.
so Paul takes advantage of Stan's mistake. Kind of the opposite of the last game.
Yeah.
And so they're trading errors here.
Well, and it doesn't take much, right? Huh?
No.
One little mistake, and
Nope.
the other guy's right back in it.
Stan leads 5-4. Good part is he's breaking. And the good thing for him, at least.
And wander down, take a look. Well, you know what's nice about this place? Pretty sure this floor is concrete under that carpet. Unlike sometimes, well, second floor buildings, and you walk around
Oh.
that table and the table moves just a tiny. You can feel the floor kind of vibrate. It's probably a little bit easier to rack on these than in some places.
Oh, I was going to say, that's good for you. It's like, oh, my. Hurts my joints on the concrete. But well, that was not the break he was looking for. He's got the cue ball up on the top rail, and the 4 hooked him on the 1. He's not happy.
If only that 8 had stayed up.
Got a feeling he's going to look for somewhere to push. Although he might be able to just see a sliver of that 1, but I still think he's going to push out here.
Well, the push shot's always interesting too, because you want to push to somewhere where you're not giving up anything. You know, you don't want him to be able to hook you back just as good, but same time, you know, you want to push somewhere. If they hand it back to you, you have a plan.
Right.
That's the hot seat right there. Looking at. So where would you want to leave that cue ball on the table? If you could pick it up and put it anywhere.
Well, I think I'd put it down there on the bottom rail, like pretty close to the 7. You know, that's not bad either, what he's chosen to do. I think Paul can see the edge of the 1. I would just want to make sure that he can't cut it in the side.
Does he come back up?
Okay,
Well,
he's come up too far, and Stan can see the 1. I mean, it's going into a rail, so it's not a great offensive shot, but
so do you put the cue ball up under everything or the
I-
1 ball up under everything?
I like putting the cue ball down there, like under the 7 if I
Yeah,
can,
that's
and bringing
right.
the 1 up table. Just because you have the natural angle to do that. Stan looks like he's hitting this kind of high on the cue ball, though, so. Okay, he's bringing the cue ball up. Wow, that was nice.
That's not a bad place to
I
be.
mean, I love watching top players play safe. I learn so much, but
yeah.
I mean, I totally was focused on the cue ball going the other direction. This is perfect.
Yeah, Lord, what do you do? And yeah, I love watching
Well,
the
he'll
safety
go 1 rail
battles.
to the side, but that 1 ball's just, when it's out there in the middle of nowhere like that, it's a lot tougher to hit than you think.
Well, you know he's
And-
thinking, where's that cue ball going to? Right
Well,
after he hits
it's where he hits the 1 is going to depend on where the cue ball goes.
Yeah, and it's so tough to. Yeah.
If he hits it dead on, if he hits it to the side. Okay, he did a good job there of
That's a nice one.
hitting the left side of that one, which helped him get at least a partial hook on this 7. These guys are putting on a pretty good exhibition of safety and getting out of it.
All right, Stan, are you gonna jump it?
Well, he hasn't indicated he's going to come over for his jump cue yet.
Ooh, he's jacking up. He's gonna go around it. He's gonna probably just tap it in the rail and send the cue ball far. But I like the idea. I like to think about him doing crazy shit. Yep, and the cue ball way down here.
Yep, just get it above that side. He's fine. Well,
And
he left a shot. Ah, he left a shot. It's funny how you think the balls are going to roll a little further, and then all of a sudden they stop.
Yeah, and sometimes they just keep on going.
Yeah, sometimes they never stop.
I
At the speed that was going, I just really thought it was going to travel a little further, but
yeah, I spent a lot of time talking to the balls, trying to talk them into going a little farther or holding up. And
you ever get them to listen?
I'm telling you, the day that happens,
It's kind of like getting a child to listen to you.
or worse. He was looking at it for quite a while. I mean, if he makes it from there, if it looks makeable.
I think he can make it from there, but shape on the 2 is not automatic.
No, but
He's got a lot of traffic.
it also doesn't look. I mean, he's got some pretty big ones. Yeah, he could get himself in trouble, but there's some pretty decent sized windows down here to get up under that too.
I like cutting this 1 ball in, coming between the 3 and the 6.
Yep.
Okay, he played safe. He wasn't real comfortable with that, so. And he played a great safety.
Again.
He stuck the cue ball and put the 1 up on the top rail behind the 5.
Well, 2 rails pretty much straight into it. I'll send that 1 ball up under the 6 and 9 area. Leave that cue ball down by that, what is that, 5 ball now? Oh, those colors.
Those colors, the 5 ball's still orange.
I know.
It's always been orange.
No, it's the lighting in the room from how far the camera is.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the 2 ball looked like the 8 earlier because of the lighting. 2 rails. So, oh.
Went 1 rail. And
That's okay.
he's left Paul the whole 1 ball to hit, but it's kind of tied up with the 5. He may choose to play the combo, or he may choose safety again. I think he could bank the 1 down table and just leave the cue ball up here on the top rail behind the 5 if he wants. Kind of looks like what he's going to do. Yep. Did he get the 1 far enough down? No.
I think he left it open.
He wanted to get it behind the 2, and it just didn't quite get there. I think Stan can see it. That's going to be a mistake that could hurt.
Yeah, this is definitely turning into a good match. And the chat hasn't really said much. I think it's broken. All right, look at that. As I say something. Oh.
Yeah, Stan's stroke didn't look as good that time. It's like, I don't know, it was almost like a hitch in it or something. He wasn't comfortable with that shot.
Well, and they've been playing safety so long they done forgot how to make balls.
Well, I was going to say, it's tough sometimes when you've been trading safeties. Now all of a sudden you got to come with a shot.
Yeah. Done thrown you off your groove.
Paul Paul looks to be in good shape here. He's got the the 2 all the way up. The 3 goes past the 9.
Chat's asking how many are left in the open right now. This is open hot seat match, and I think they've still got
I want to
5th,
say
6th on the B side.
I
So
want to say there's 8. Maybe.
I think there's 8 still playing right now.
I think they're playing the 7th, 8th matches over there.
I thought they were playing 5th, 6th over on the other side. And somewhere in that range, roughly 8 players.
The reason I say that is I see Matt Horner. He played Stan right before this, and he's just hitting balls. So he's not currently in a match, and I haven't seen Kevin Ross in a match. They would be in the 5th, 6th matches.
Yeah, so probably about
So I'd say we still got about 8.
8-ish. Yeah. And just scooch on over. Dunk.
Scooch, huh?
Well, I'm trying out the lingo.
You learned a new word?
Scooch.
Scooch.
Yep.
He scooched it.
Alright.
Well, he played that follow shot nicely. Yeah, he lays perfect on the 6. Just roll forward maybe a couple inches.
That was weird. I thought someone was standing behind me, but there's a wall behind me.
Your dad was
Oh,
standing
geez,
behind
step
you.
up over there. Okay.
Yeah.
That was weirding me out.
Looks like Manny Perez is getting ready to play a match on table 2 right next to us here.
Oh.
Working his way back. Working his way towards the TV table.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him get there. He's a pretty strong shooter.
I would love to get him on the stream table. All right, so Paul
Ties
clears those nicely and ties the match up at 5.
Chad says, can we see other players besides Stan and Paul after this match?
Well, yes, you can, but you also want to see the hot seat match, and these are the 2 that are in the hot seat match.
Yep.
Yep, after this, you're going to see other players.
Who did we say who we got coming up? This is
You've got the women's hot
the women's
seat
hot
coming
seat
up
next.
next.
Kyoko Son, who was on the stream earlier today, against Kim Jones. Fantastic match. Yeah, they're all good players. And she is likely to get.
Oh, you're going to predict a match
I'm
now?
not
Oh,
predicting
come
the
on,
match.
Kenny, come
I
on.
can't even read this. I need a mouse wheel so I can zoom. Dude, here. There, tiny button. So we got Cindy and Susie are playing, generate for that one. So the winner of that will be playing next.
Okay, for people that don't just live across the street, that'd be Cindy Sleva and Susie O'Connor.
I just didn't want to say Sleva wrong. I've done it so many times announcing her name that I was just like, oh, we're going to just say Cindy. And she's pretty sporty player as well. There we go.
So, yep, our next match will be the women's hot seat.
Oh, well, it appears
Well,
that
they're on a
they
break.
took a break.
We can switch over and let you see a little bit of Manny Perez on table 2.
Yeah.
That would be Manny's gloved hand. And
That's a tough looking little shot from that angle.
kind of surprised he's not at the Music City Open this week.
That's a good save he played there.
Might not have been able to get in. I heard it was full.
Probably. That one fills up pretty early is my
Yep.
understanding.
Yep.
Oh, who is he playing over there? Let's take a look. Zhu King Lim. So he's probably part of the Asian contingent that I'm fairly certain they're here and playing their way to Derby. I imagine we're gonna see.
Could be. I know Manny said he would be at Derby.
Yeah, I would expect as much.
So yeah, you got Music City going on, and then you got Darren Appleton's 8-ball tournament in New York City. And then everybody heads off to Derby City.
And we'll be there.
Yep, we finish out here and we head to Derby City.
I like his shoes. I think I have shoes just like that. Yeah, I like how he shoots though. Is actually where I was gonna go with that. He's pretty sporty.
Well, you know, like people talk about American pool. I think, you know, we've got some good young players like Manny coming up. Billy Thorpe. You still got Skyler and Justin Bergman, and you know, American pool is not dead, and so it looks like Manny takes a 6-4 lead there in that match.
Yeah, I like how he shoots. Oof. I wonder. Hold on. I want to see if that does that on the stream screen.
And Manny's breaking the balls.
Nah, you guys don't see the thing I see. It's the frames per second when they move the cue across the blue of the cloth.
Oh.
It looks like it's all warped because it's only 30 frames per second.
Crushed that break, but he scratched. So
Oh.
didn't control the whitey.
Yeah. And that looks like a pretty easy out over there.
Yeah, I got a feeling it'll be 6-5 after this.
It's so weird looking on that screen.
Why why is it like kind of wavy?
It's frames per second. Like if you ever done like water, if you stick a tube of water and have it draining off of an amp, and you change the amp's speed, and then you film it and you change the frames per second, it'll look like it's spiraling up.
But that
or
camera
down.
is doing it, and
It's doing the same thing to our screen. They're not seeing it on the stream, I don't believe.
No, but I mean.
But yeah, it's the same effect. Yeah.
All right. Well, Paul has returned from his break, so we're going to return to our action on table number 1. 5-5. Paul Potier is breaking.
And nothing goes.
Yeah, he broke dry. So Stan comes to the table with an opportunity. Nice, easy starting shot on the 1. The 2 is a little bit funny, but
2
player
doesn't look like it goes by the 8 or the 5 or the 3.
Player of Stan's it might go by the 3. He's kind of looking at that now. Well, he's taken a look at it, and he's made his decision.
I think we're going to find out where that 2 goes in a second.
He's decided to play the 2.
Somewhere?
Either the 2 goes by the 8, or he's looking at the 2-8 combination. I don't know. He's still looking.
Yeah, the combination seems like a bad idea because that 2 is going to kind of leaving it right in front of that
I
pocket.
think he may be looking to see if the 3 passes the 4.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay. The 2 did go by. He's
does.
been looking to see if the
The
3
3 goes
passes the
by,
4,
yeah.
and I believe it does. I think he's got just about a half a pocket.
Well, folks, that tells you right there how hard it is to tell from the camera angle where the balls are.
He is looking at it pretty darn hard.
Huh.
Oh, that was
Ooh,
perfect.
nice.
Perfect. He hit that real sporty. Well, the hard work now is done. Now he's got to keep a...
Just keep it under control.
Yep. Keep that cue ball on a string, and he'll shoot this in, draw back for the 6.
What?
If you get a lot more people to check our videos out, we'll go hire a streaker.
All right, drew back nicely. I don't see really any real problems here.
What you looking at there, Steen? I love when players, they're like, okay, I got this out, and they stop and they just kind of look at the shot for a minute, like, yep, those are balls. Okay. It's like a little moment to defrag.
Still got 4 spots open for a 9-ball mini.
Stream chat's asking, how late do you think all this is going to go? Tonight,
We're scheduled to go till
To midnight
midnight.
tonight.
We're on Pacific time, so
and then
depending on
teams-
where you are, could be 3 a.m. on the East Coast.
Well, hopefully, if he's talking about coming down, he's not too far away. But teams start tomorrow, 1 o'clock. We'll finish up with the open singles and the women's singles finals. I think at 10 and
10 and like 11:30.
yeah,
something like
depending
that.
on if they double dip. We'll see how that goes. And then teams, I haven't done the brackets, so I don't know how long they'll last, but they'll definitely play all the way through tomorrow night and well into the next day, I would imagine.
Teams don't finish till Sunday. All right, so Stan clears those off, takes a 6-5 lead, and he has the break in game number 12. He'd really like to have a nice break here.
It's possible. It depends on which tables are bringing that beer.
Yeah. Thunderstick says they live only an hour and a half away. Well, if you want to come watch some pool, feel free to
There
come
you
on
go.
down. We won't stop you. There's a casino. Casino's nice. You might want to call and make sure there's a room if you plan on partying all night, because the hotels are not exactly on site. So, you know. I won't ever tell anyone to not show up at a pool tournament unless, you know.
Come on down. This is where the fun is.
This is where the fun is. Bring your stick. Hit some balls. Play some mini tournaments.
Well, he hit a good break, made a ball. Didn't get
Eh,
a lot of love on the.
just-
Didn't get a lot of love on the one.
Just bank it. And just put the ball in the pocket. That's all you got to do. That's the easy way to do it. Nice shot. Come on around. Look at that. And that is perfect.
That was a great shot.
I just love how
Pretty thin cut on that one, and
he
he
just touches it right on in. You know, just-
came around perfect for the 2. That's the sign of a great player there. One that
I don't think he came by.
can shoot themselves into line quickly.
Whoop. He's talking to the ball. I saw that.
He's
Yeah, that's why.
he
right there.
overjuiced it a little bit, but I think he's still okay.
I love the hand gestures. We all do that. Every one of us. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. Well, on the way, he had us blocked, so we just had to go by his hand gestures.
Yeah, that's universal code for anyone who's played pool for any length of time.
We don't get too worried till we start seeing the middle finger come out.
Mhm. Or the slam the cue butt down on the ground. Yep, that's always a bad sign.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Okay.
And right back in line.
Nicely done. He's still going to have to shoot the 7-8 combo, but it lays great.
Yeah, it's nice and straight. It's close enough to the rail that 7-ball's not going to go anywhere as long as he doesn't get crazy.
As long as he gets the cue ball where he wants on it. He is looking at that now because he wants to get on this 6-ball to put him perfectly on that combo.
Look at that. There you go.
Looking good.
It's going to come down and right on back up a little bit. Don't have to go too far. You're reading over my shoulder. That's kind of creeping me out.
People don't know who you're talking to.
I know. Hopefully that's creeping them out. There's got to be at least one person who looked over their shoulder just then. Oh, wait, what? Well, I don't think he's happy with where he ended up.
No, he did not get an ideal spot. And there was just really no excuse for it.
Yeah, he should have been fine.
He was in great shape the whole way, and he's not dead by any means. He can still make this, and he'll draw back a little bit to give himself a shot at the 7.
Whoa.
Okay, as long as he's
Stay
out
there. There we
he's
go.
fine. Just made it a little tougher than he wanted to.
Though, if you make all the shots perfect, they all get so easy that you stop losing or start losing your ability to make them tough ones. English is hard right now. I'm going to
English
take another
is
sip of
hard.
coffee.
Not for Stan, it's not. He had the perfect English on that ball.
Look at that.
All right, so Stan Tourangeau takes a 7-5 lead.
He's just staying ahead of Paul. Just a little bit at a time.
Well, he opens up a couple game lead, and then Paul comes back. Opens up Paul comes back. So we'll see what happens here. It's Paul's break. He definitely needs a good break and run here, because one misstep and Stan will be on the hill. Meanwhile, the match we were watching while they were on a break, Manny Perez the match is 6-6 right now in a race to 9.
6-7 over there.
And Manny just wins to go ahead 7-6.
Yeah, I would expect that odds are pretty good. Manny's going to get over here on the stream table, so
It'd be nice.
that'd be nice. I like watching him play. Really, I like watching pool, which is probably a sign that there's something wrong with me and everyone in the stream.
All right, Paul gets the break he was looking for. He's got a shot on the 1. It's not super easy, but he's got a shot.
Well, nothing's tied up with
And
each other.
everything's pretty wide open, so he just needs to take care and make sure he doesn't make any mistakes here.
It looks like he got a little chilly. Went and put on a jacket.
Yeah, he did during his break. He
And he's
no
just,
more.
you see him close his eyes. And
Yeah, he missed that. And look where he was on the 2. I mean, it's just not
yeah, he did not feel good about
very
that.
un-Paul-like there. Stan's just going to come below the 4. Or, okay, came below the 4 and the 6. He's perfect on the 2. The 3 looks like it probably goes in either corner. Stan's looking at that now.
Chat Thundersticks is asking when the last mini tourney is. We don't really schedule them. We do 8-player minis, and normally $10 entry. As soon as we fill it, we start it. As long as there's interest, we'll run them until we decide to crash for the end of the night. If people stop playing, we stop doing them. I don't know how much interest there has been, but
Well, we didn't have any tables till this evening.
right.
But we won't be able to go too late because security is wanting us out of here.
Pretty close to midnight, and that's when the last match should be ending. Is about midnight.
We didn't get out of here about 2 o'clock last night, and we had like 6 security guys watching the last match that was going. And
Well, it gives them something to do. I'm sure their jobs are.
yeah, they wanted to get us out of here and get this room secured. Cleaning crew was waiting.
Well, that 3 ball.
Yeah, Stan decided he didn't want to shoot the 3 past the 9. So he's got a little more angle than he'd like, but I think he can draw it over to the side rail and out for the 4. Just want to avoid hitting that 8 ball. And he's going to go around.
Oof.
Okay, he clipped it, but he's okay.
I actually thought he was going to run into the 9 from there.
He's okay. He can play this and go around the 6 for the 6 in the same pocket.
Or pull
just
back.
draw it straight. It's just
Yeah,
whatever.
That
You know,
works.
I like shooting that with a little bit of follow, but spin it over. He liked popping it over with some draw. It's just personal preference.
It's always funny when, like, I don't know how they're queued up on it, and they shoot and expect it to go, rail and over, and it just slides on over. I'm like, oh, okay, well, yeah, that works.
So much. It's just what you feel comfortable with at the table.
Wow, see, he pulled it all the way back to the rail and back out.
Well,
Personally, I would have just kind of stopped and scooted it
I
over
would
a
have
little
too,
bit.
but
Yeah.
he wanted to be a little bit closer to this 7 ball. So,
It
yeah,
does-
I
it
probably
looks-
would have just shot and stopped and accepted a little longer shot.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure Stan plays on 9-footers all the time, so,
He
distance
does.
is
He does. So
not a thing. That was just all, I want to be over here. Why not? It looks pretty when it yanks itself back like that, too, though. I love good draw shots.
yeah, that's a lot tougher shot than it looks like. People don't realize when he pops that ball hard and just rolls forward, like 3 inches.
Yeah.
That's a shot the pros practice a
Why
lot.
are you staring at it like that? That was totally a defrag moment. It was like, okay, now I'm gonna go.
Just making sure he's.
All right, that puts him on the hill.
Stan is on the hill at 8-5.
Apparently, I am needed for something.
Alrighty.
I'll take all the credit.
That's fine. I'm just babbling.
I'll jump in here and take all the credit. And be like, man, another match I had to commentate.
Yeah. I've done 4 matches today. When do I get a break?
Five to 8, Stan's breaking. Stan is on the hill.
Stan's on the hill, and it's his break.
It was a tough battle there, and then Stan's just pulled away at the last 3.
Yeah. Paul made a couple of pretty uncharacteristic mistakes. I mean, he had a nice break. He had a little bit of a tough shot on the 1, but he hung it. And, I mean, he wasn't even close to being on the 2. All right, Stan gets a great break. And other than putting the cue ball up on the top rail, but he still has a shot at the 2.
Looks like the 3 will pass the 8.
Yep, 3 passes the 8, 4 goes. I mean, everything's got a pocket.
Just passes the 8. Kevin Ross is in the house. The Railbirds. If you guys ever get a chance to check out their stream, you should do it. They put on a pretty good show.
Yes, they do.
Nice product.
He was just on our stream table before this match. He'll be playing in the 5th, 6th round coming up. He lost to Paul Potier. Well, he wants to make this 3 and just pop over for the 4. And then everything's looking pretty good. Well, he doesn't.
A little
right.
straighter than he wanted
He's
to
okay.
be,
The
but
4's not froze to the rail, so he's
it'll
okay.
work. Welcome, everybody, to Bad Boys TV. I'm Rick Jones, and this is
Brad Baker.
Hey, we're getting this down.
Bringing you the finest in pool action from the Snoqualmie Casino, the Northwest 9-Ball Championships. Well, Stan is doing a nice job on this rack.
2 rail. Yep.
I like, going 2 rails around.
Just going forward and off the side rail and shoot the 8 up in the top corner. And scoot over a little and shoot the 8 in this corner, bottom right corner.
That's the direction he's going by the way he's cueing.
No, he's going to go way on around and make sure he got around that 8 and just shoot it in the side.
He'll come off the side rail and out for the 8 in the corner.
Nice
perfect.
angle.
He's perfect.
He'll come back to about where his bridge hand is and shoot the 9 in the top right.
So Stan Tourangeau is going to become the first player to punch his ticket into the finals.
Okay, so during the team event, we're going to play a little game. We're going to keep score. The winner, the other commentators have to buy the winner a drink. And we'll figure out how exactly we want to play the game. But
Commentator roulette. All right, Stan wins this. Stan wins this match 9-5. So Rick's always got a game in his head, and he's always got a.
Somebody's gonna pay.
Somebody's gonna pay, and it's usually not gonna be him. All right, our next match is gonna be the women's hot seat match. So,
and that is.
Stay.
Cindy Sleva?
Did she win? She
was
playing
she's playing.
She's
right.
playing Susie O'Connor right now. The winner of that will play.
That's going to be a good match.
Yeah, so stick around with us. And
Kyoko is wicked good.
Yeah.
Her ball speed and position is so nice.
Should be a good one. So we'll take a little break, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Spread the word. Spread the word.
That's right. Get your friends.
Run a commercial, Brett. Camera 2. Hey, you got to be a little quicker.